Joining us too on my Facebook page, Allie Carr, QVC. See, Wendy even picked up on our faux spears that we just saw. What is the garden like task, chore that you absolutely don't love? For me, it is weeding, because it means that I'm like down on my knees, I'm having to pull. Did I get the full weed for all of that work? Did I really get down to the root? Right? Am I stuck on my knees? And then if I'm working on my knees for however long, can I get back up? You know what I mean? Like, we've all had that moment. So this is where the Garden Weasel comes into play. It's our weed popper, okay? It's a step and twist, easy way to get rid of our most pesky weeds in our garden. And Janine Ferrello is joining us, and she brings us the weed popper, keeping our garden looking perfect and really getting to the root of it. Janine, it's good to see you. For 30 bucks, do you see what I did there? The root of it?
On those words. Yes, I do.
Yeah, they are kind of flowing tonight. But hey, Janine, this Garden Weasel, like the chore that we all kind of despise the most, weeding the garden, because it's so uncomfortable and awkward. The Garden Weasel is a really cool design.
It really is. And this is German engineering at its finest. It's a German-born company now here in the United States. And people just really love this because of the ease of use and the fact that you aren't bending on your knees, hurting your knees, or, you know, hurting your back by bending down. So no kneeling, no bending, and you're not using those chemicals that are harmful. So what you're going to do here is I'm going to come close and show you. We have these tines that are in the opposite direction, but when you twist this, that rips right through the root of that weed. Because Allie, if you don't get the root, you're going to have that weed come back. It comes back with a vengeance, and it's a nasty little bugger, I'll tell you. So I'm going to show you what you do here. You're going to center those tines right there on your weed, and then you're going to use the foot pedal. You step right on that. You give it a good twist, okay? And then, oops, I lost that one right there, but I want to show you how it pops. There you go. That was an easy one to come out, but you're going to hit the plunger at the top, and then you pop it right out. I mean, so what you do is you get your bucket and you move along, or you get your basket or whatever it is that you're using, and you just keep popping the weeds out until you get them all. That's what makes this so fun to use.
You're standing up upright. Here's the thing, the Garden Weasel is so popular. It is February 19th, and 2,000 have already been spoken for, right? We only have about 1,100 to go around. I do not know if we will get more in for this season, or I don't know how long that's gonna take. And you wanna get your garden in tip-top shape early on, or you're gonna have a bigger problem. But I wanna lean into, for $6, right, 5 easy payments, yes, you're not bending over. Yes, you're not having to, you know, sit on your knees for however long and then get back up and then get back down and pull the weeds and all these things, right? You could do upright. But Janine said something really important, because here's another way to do it. Handle it with ease without having to use the chemicals.
That's right.
Without having to spray, because for a lot of us, our kids, my kids, which are my parents' grandkids, maybe you have grandkids that are coming over to your house, the pets that we love so much, we don't want to be spraying as many chemicals in the yard that are going outside, right?
Yeah, that's exactly right. And check this out, Allie, if you can see this. I'm getting the root. I mean, there's your root right there for you to see that we're ripping through the root, because again, if we don't get the root, we keep on getting the weeds, and then you just pop it out. It's fun. I mean, my kids are like, Mom, what is this? And I'm like, you know what? I hope they stay interested in this for the next, however many years they're living at home, which we know they're not going to be interested. But here's the thing. If you know a garden lover, this is a really fun little gift that you could give them. Or what I like to do is when I come home, maybe I'm dressed up, I pull up in the driveway, I see a weed. I'm the type of person, I can't even wait. I can't stand, no matter what I'm dressed in. If I see that weed, it's like I have to get it.
Yeah, go get it.
Yeah, and now you can just get it. So I leave this hanging, and what I do, let me show you real fast, because that one, when I leave it, I put it like this. I put one screw here, you have 2 nails if you wanted to, right in my garage, and I just let it sit on there like that, so that I'm always accessible to it. I can always get it. And again, it makes everything so easy. Okay,
you twist the handle and you lift.
Place it down, you give it a twist, you get the root just like this, you pop it out. There's that plunger. Can you see that?
Mm-hmm. Here, I have it here too. Yeah. So you can see, right? So then it pushes it right out, right into the bucket, right? Or wherever you're gonna discard of. your weeds and what you're grabbing from the garden. But that's our Garden Weasel. Like, it makes it so easy to get rid of. And some of those, I mean, you know, every now and then you catch one soon enough and it's easy to pluck, right? But then you got the big ones, you know, and the roots just get, and you're like, when did this thing get so big? I looked away for 2 seconds and you took over the mulch bed, right? That's where you need your Garden Weasel.
It is. And you know, it's always best to weed after it rains. So if you get a rainy day, the next morning or the next day, you know, you want to go out and look, I just want to stop for 1 second. This got a little stuck on one of the roots. So here you go.
That's a good one.
Still
Done.
Not dirty. But that's the best time to weed. So you go outside the next day after you get the rain, and it just softens the ground, obviously, and it's easier to get the weeds out. But you won't have a problem.
Crabgrass, dandelions. I mean, you know, some of those roots, they are strong. They are stubborn. And now you can handle it without chemicals, which I think, Janine, is probably a big reason why. Just this season alone, I think it was over 4,000 have already been spoken for. We don't have as many to go around. I don't know how long it will take to get more. So I'd love for you to make sure you kind of have this in your arsenal, your garden tools, your garage, whether it's weeding the mulch beds, the yard, even maybe where you're planting some of your vegetable plants. It's $30, right? And you're using it every year after year after year. How much do you spend on just a spray that you've used that 1 year, and now you're adding chemicals, right? What about something, the way that you could do it without having to be in an uncomfortable position by bending down or leaning over, being on your knees? It's M70954. Janine, it was so good to see you. I do appreciate you getting to like the root of things.
You know, you're really good with the words tonight, my friend.
Just tonight. This is not always the case.
No
Janine,
problem.
it was so good to see you. Thank you so much for helping turn our garden into such a beautiful oasis.
Thanks. Good to see you.